Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the PELE YOETZ, and today we're beginning the Sefer with YOETZ Aleph. As we mentioned yesterday, this goes in the order of the Aleph base, the letters of the Hebrew alphabet, the first letter being Aleph, and the first chapter in Aleph is Ahava LaHaKadosh Baruch Hu, love for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, for the Holy One, blessed be He. Says the PELE YOETZ, Ahava LaHaKadosh Baruch Hu, love for Hashem ein mida toive hamenu. There is no greater mida toive, there is no greater attribute and trait that a person can have than loving the Ribbono Shel Olam. Ki mimeno, because if you acquire love of Hashem, if you work on this mida, this trait, and you're a person who lives with an everlasting love of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, nimshach koil avodas Hashem yizbarach, all of your service of Hashem will be drawn out from this love that you have of Him. V'chol ha'yehidus, and all of your yadus, all of your Yiddishkeit, all of your Judaism, all of the Torah that you have will be enhanced and influenced and drawn out by the great love that you have for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ve'eino daima, you cannot compare, says the PELE YOETZ, Oved me'ava le'oved me'yira. Somebody who serves HaKadosh Baruch Hu out of love, as opposed to someone who serves Hashem out of yira, out of fear. If a person is serving Hashem because they're afraid, maybe they're going to get it. They're going to get demerits and they're going to get punishments or consequences if they don't do the right thing. They will, in fact, follow through with the mitzvahs. They're afraid, if I don't put on my tefillin today, if I don't eat the kosher food, if I don't serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu properly, if I don't daven today, if I say lashon hara, if I do things inappropriate that I know the Torah says not, I know HaKadosh Baruch Hu is watching me. He's the ayin raya, He's the eye that sees, He's the ear that hears. He's writing everything down in a sefer, in a book, keeping track of all of my actions and all of my deeds. So I'm afraid that if He sees me do the wrong thing, there's going to be a grave consequence that is waiting for me. That person will serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That person will be on guard. They will make sure that they don't do the wrong things, and they will try their best to make sure that they are doing the mitzvahs essay, the positive commandments, in the right way. But it's always with alachas, with the pressure. It's always with the watchful eye over them. It's not b'menuch, it's not with peace and tranquility. It's not with an easy, carefree way that a person goes through it. It might not even be with a happiness and with a joy, because the person is always feeling pressurized to make sure that they do the right thing, not to incur the wrath of Hashem. But someone that's Oved Hashem me'ava, they serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu because they love Hashem. I'm not doing mitzvahs because I'm afraid what's going to happen if I don't do the right thing. I'm not steering clear of the avera, of the sin, because I know that there's a great consequence that's coming to me in the negative if I stumble into chait, into sinful behavior. Rather, because I love HaKadosh Baruch Hu so much, and as we'll see in the PELE YOETZ, all the reasons we have to love Hashem emphatically with all of our heart and all of our soul. So when you're in love with somebody, and you're in love with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the nature of a person is they want to do good for that person. A wife who loves her husband, a husband who loves his wife, they're looking for ways to make their spouse happy. They're trying to find ways to enhance their life and make it better. They're willing to forgo their own selfish desires and their wants and their pleasures for the sake of making their spouse happier today than they were yesterday. Somebody who loves the Ribbono Shel Olam, when it comes to the Avodah, when it comes to serving Hashem, it's on a different plane, it's on a different level of existence, because such a person's mission in this world is, I love you, Hashem, so much, I just want to make you happy. I just want to satisfy you with my avodah. I just want you to have nachas from me and see all the good that I'm trying to do, not for myself, but because I love you. And therefore, says the PELE YOETZ, someone, eino daima, you cannot compare. Someone that is serving HaKadosh Baruch Hu out of love, as opposed to someone who is serving Hashem out of yira, out of the fear and the awe and the trepidation that is there. Ukvar harav sefer abris ha'emek, and therefore he writes, it's already been explained deeply in this famous work called Sefer HaBris, which I believe is the Shlah HaKadosh. He explains at great length the roots of love of Hashem, and the way to fear and to have awe of Hashem. He's done it in a beautiful way. The words of the wise find favor in one's eyes. Fortunate is the person who goes over and over the words of the Shlah HaKadosh over there as he defines the differences between loving Hashem and fearing Hashem. However, says the PELE YOETZ, my job, I'm going to take the words of the Sefer HaBris, the Shlah HaKadosh, and I'm going to encapsulate them in less words so that you should understand what we're saying. And I'm writing it, ha'areis la'atzmi, I'm writing some ideas for myself, and other people like me. In his great humility, the PELE YOETZ was, in his generation, one of the greatest Talmidei Chachamim, one of the biggest tzaddikim that there was. As we mentioned yesterday, he passed away at a very young age, and he had already reached lofty levels. And he writes in self-effacing humility, I'm just writing a few ideas to give myself some chizuk. And anybody else, kigili like me as well, let them also get some inspiration. Like I learned from this wonderful work, Ushar Svarim and many other books that I've read, and I'm putting these words over here now to remind myself as a memory in front of my eyes that I should also serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu with Ava, with tremendous love. May Hashem Elokim Yazer li, may Hashem help me, al davar kevod shemai, on this great honor and glory to the name of Hashem. And those are the opening lines that the PELE YOETZ says, again defining how important loving HaKadosh Baruch Hu is. It's a higher level than the year, than the fear, and it'll be mamshich, it'll draw out all of one's avodas Hashem and their Yiddishkeit, all their service and their Judaism towards Hashem in a beautiful and a wonderful way. Have a wonderful day.